The Las Vegas Aces are just straight up unfair. And the fact that I'm making this video after a loss shows how good I think this team is. I watched them play against the Dream yesterday, and in an extremely off day for Las Vegas and an extremely hot day for Atlanta, the Aces, you could argue, still could have won that game. They are scary good, lads. Before you get on, if you guys aren't new to the channel, subscribe. We are less than 400 subscribers away from hitting 5,000 subscribers. An absolutely insane number. But anyway, now let's get on to the video. So the Aces lost to the Atlanta Dream last night. I mean, like, Gray obviously shot 6 of 7 from 3, which does help pulling a team back into the game. The Aces had the lead and the Dream pulled it back. The Dream are a really good team. They're genuinely a really good team. But at the end of the day, regular season record doesn't matter. The Aces lost to a pretty bad Phoenix Mercury team off a Kalia Copper masterclass. And then, like, Ryan Howard and Gray were really good yesterday. But just the roster. The roster's too good. Like, they literally added Tiffany Hayes. They're just adding, like, players. And arguably their second best player is injured. Like, they got Tiffany Hayes out of retirement to come in and back up Chelsea Gray. Or not back up Chelsea Gray, to be in while Chelsea Gray's hurt. And then obviously Chelsea Gray is going to come back at some stage and be maybe the second best player on this team. Oh yeah, and they've got Kelsey Plum. And Chelsea Gray out for the year. What happens? Oh, Jackie Young comes in and leads the WNBA in assists. Like, it's just unfair. It's just unfair. Like, again, like, look, the players yesterday, like Jackie Young, shooting percentage that if Caitlin Clark shot it, and WNBA Twitter will be calling her a bust. But at the end of the day, she's somebody that really struggled in her rookie year and is looking better and better and better. And obviously Chelsea Gray's coming back. And the maddest thing is that, like, when people talk about how everybody just, like, loads of, like, the Caitlin Clark fans that never watch other basketball are saying, oh, just basically bring Iowa into the WNBA. Take the Iowa players as role players. They all know how to be role players. And everyone's like, you can't just make them Iowa. That team would suck. Well, their bench is basically role players from Iowa. And they're holding their own. Like, Gustafson's good. Sorry, not good. She holds her own. She's fine. She is a perfect bench piece that the team doesn't lose that much when she steps on the floor. And then Kate Martin is Kate Martin. Kate Martin had 2 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists yesterday, and was a +5 in a 4-point loss in 20 minutes. So the team is functioning better when she's on the floor a lot of the time than when she's off the floor. And even though she's not getting the stats, that is what the purpose of a bench role player is for. And again, Gustafson, +7 on the floor. That is what happens when you know what? That seems to be what happens when you take the Iowa role players. So everybody's saying, oh, do not, like, it's pointless taking players that Caitlin Clark played with in college. They're not good enough. Well, maybe they mightn't be good enough as stars, but you know what? They'll probably fill a role. I could guarantee you that the Iowa team, if you take the Iowa team from 2023 and you add in Gustafson, that team is better than the Indiana Fever. I'm telling you, it is better than the Indiana Fever. They are, like, all the players in the Indiana Fever, and I'm not saying talent-wise it's better, I'm just saying functioning-wise it's better because that team is completely dysfunctional. But yeah, they're just scary good. And then even their coach, like, they have a very, very good coach at the WNBA level. Because I know they had Bill Lambier before, but, like, Becky Hammond's a really, really good basketball coach. Whether you like her or not, Becky Hammond was, like, she was getting interviews for head coach jobs in the NBA. If the NBA, like, look, I don't think there's going to be a female coach anytime soon in the NBA. At the end of the day, like, with coaches, you take the coaches that are going to help your team play the best and attract free agents and stuff. And I think there are definitely still players that wouldn't play for female coach, which is the reason she doesn't have a job. But purely based on coaching ability, she's as good as some NBA coaches. No ifs, ands, or buts about that. And you're wondering, like, why is she coaching WNBA then? Because, well, she's getting paid a boatload to coach for 4 months a year. Like, the call in the women's side, the college is where you want to be. There's a reason why people are saying, why is Dawn Staley coaching in college? You make a lot more money coaching in college in the women's than you do in the WNBA. Whereas a lot of the coaches in the WNBA aren't great. And we've seen from Christie's sides, they can go down as far as being incompetent. But Becky Hammond's an unbelievable basketball coach. So you've got the talent of Aja Wilson, who is a walking 30 and 10. You've got Kelsey Plum, who is a 20-point a game average. You've got Jackie Young, who is leading the W in assists and averaging close to 20. She might be averaging over 20. Clark is a fine player. Stokes can play defense. And then you've got a bench of Gustafson and Kate Martin who don't make mistakes. It's scary. It's scary. And when with Hayes there and when Chelsea Gray comes back, they are going to not that they're not going to lose a game. Everyone's going to lose games regular season, but there's no chance anyone beats them. Like the Liberty, Breanna Stewart has been fine this year. Sabrina's been fine. The Liberty haven't been anything special. I know the Connecticut Sun are probably going to come out of the East, to be honest. They might beat them. They might beat the Liberty, but no one's beating this Aces team. When this Aces team is firing on all cylinders, like at this stage, you know what? Like if you've convinced Tiffany Hayes to come out of retirement, why not just give Elena Deladon a call and be like, you know what? Yeah, you're done. You're retired. Yeah, I know you last played for the Mystics. Yeah, the Mystics are the worst team. Just stay retired and, you know what, maybe sign with us and get a free ring. At this stage, why not? At this stage, why not just try to convince Elena Deladon to come out of retirement? Heck, at this stage, you're so good. Why not convince, Lisa Leslie to come out of retirement and just give her another free ring? Why not convince Tamika Catchings to come out of retirement? Heck, bring Cheryl Swoops out. Bring Cheryl Swoops out of retirement and just put her on the floor against Caitlin Clark and just try to get her a bucket on Caitlin Clark. Like, you might as well just start completing side quests. You're that good. There's no point. I don't know what the point is in trying to compete with this Aces team. And this is a team down Chelsea Gray, who is a superstar in this league. A team down Chelsea Gray. And this is me after a loss. But when you're watching them, and it takes a good team to have an unbelievable game, and the Aces to have a not very good game to win. Like, that's when you know a team is scary. When a really good team has to play out of their skin and the Aces have to play bad to win by 4 points. This is like the Warriors back in the day. And it's scary. It is just scary how good this team is. Anyway, that is the video. I will be shocked if they don't three-peat. I would be completely shocked. I don't think there's a team that can compete with them. Maybe the Sun can hold them, can take a game off to in the finals, but I just don't see a team competing with this Aces team.